Welcome to the data overview for Crabapple Crossing Elementary. We will be looking at the Georgia milestones for grades 3, 4, and 5. My name is Alisa and I will be taking you through this data overview. The purpose of this overview is to compare the CCRPI scores for our state, district, and school for the years 2016, 2017, and 2018. To compare the 2018 CCRPI scores for our learning community, to analyze the demographic information for our school over the same 3-year period, to examine teacher demographic information for the school, to examine content mastery data trends for the county, district, and school, to examine content mastery data across the grade levels, and to analyze disaggregated data for content mastery as we look to identify strengths and weaknesses. We will be looking at 4 guiding questions. Question 1, which ELA domain area do you expect the lowest level of proficient students, and in which one do you expect the highest level of proficient students? In which math domain area do you expect the lowest level of proficient students, and in which do you expect the highest? Which demographic will demonstrate the highest level of proficiency overall, and which will demonstrate the lowest? Is there a difference between male and female content mastery? If so, which content? First, we will begin by looking at the CCRPI comparison for the school, district, and state. As you can see, the differences between CCES, Crabapple Crossing Elementary, and the state, the largest difference was in 2017 by 24.2 points, and the smallest difference was in 2016 by 16.3 points. The differences between Crabapple Crossing Elementary and the district, the largest was in 2017 by 22.2 points, and the smallest was in 2018 by 13.3 points. So from there, we decided to look within our learning community. Of the schools in our learning community, 4 of the schools earned a CCRPI that was equal to or higher than 90. Creekview Elementary School earned a score of 90, Crabapple Crossing earned a score of 93.9, Sweet Apple Elementary School earned a score of 95.6, and Lake Windward earned a score of 95.7, and this was for 2018 for the CCRPI for the Northwest Learning Community in Fulton County. 10 out of the 14 elementary schools in our learning community scored higher than the elementary school CCRPI reported for Fulton County, and 11 out of the 14 elementary schools in our learning community scored higher than the elementary school CCRPI reported for the state of Georgia. If we look at Crabapple Crossing's demographics, the largest percentage demographic for our school is white and Asian students, and the smallest percentage of demographics for our school is Black students. We wanted to also look at gender comparisons for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And you can note in 2017 and 2018, we do have a larger female population. If we look at our teacher population for 2018, we have 5 male teachers and 62 female teachers, and we have 5 Black teachers and 62 white teachers. For teacher background, we have 5 teachers who are new, less than 1 year experience. We have 53 teachers who have between 1 and 20 years of experience. We have 9 teachers who have between 21 and 30 years of experience. For teacher education, we have 30 teachers with a bachelor's degree, 27 with a master's, and 10 with a specialist degree. If we're comparing content mastery across domains, Crabapple Crossing surpasses both district and state in all content areas. If we're comparing ELA content mastery across grade levels, 4th grade demonstrates the largest swings in growth and decline with a difference of 11.4 points between 2016 and 2017. 4th grade also demonstrates the highest content mastery score of 82.3 over 3rd and 5th grades. If we're looking at the ELA strand performance, For 2018, fifth grade had 23% remediate learning in reading and vocabulary, and fourth and third grade had their higher numbers in writing and language. Fourth grade had 22% remediate learning in writing and language, and third grade had 27% remediate learning in writing and language. Comparing math content mastery across grade levels, third grade demonstrated their largest growth in 2018 with an increase of 10.6 points from 2017. Fourth grade demonstrated growth of 8.6 points from 2016 to 2018 and maintained a growth from 2016 to 2018 of 6.7 points. Fifth grade point differences were no more than 1.7 points. If we look at the third grade 2018 strand level analysis, third grade demonstrated the highest content knowledge for accelerated learning in the numbers and operations strand, and they demonstrated the highest need for remediate learning in the geometry strand. In 2018, fourth grade demonstrated the highest content knowledge for accelerated learning in the numbers and operations base 10 strand, and fourth grade demonstrated the highest need for remediate learning in the geometry strand. Fifth grade demonstrated the highest content knowledge for accelerated learning in the numbers and operations fractions strand, and demonstrated the highest need for remediate learning in the operations and algebraic thinking strand. If we're looking at the disaggregated ELA content mastery, we notice that the female population demonstrated higher proficiency in distinguished learner scores, and conversely, the male population demonstrated a higher need for remediation in ELA. The subgroup for students with disability demonstrated 29.41% of students scored in the proficient and distinguished range for ELA content. Disaggregated data for math content mastery, the male population demonstrated higher proficiency in distinguished learner scores by only 1.66% over the female population. The subgroup for students with disabilities demonstrated 35.3% of students scored in the proficient range or distinguished range. The ELA gender proficiency levels. The lowest difference between male and female ELA content scores was 2017 with a 3% difference, and the highest difference between male and female content scores was 2016 with an 11% difference. The difference noted between male and female ELA content scores for 2018 was 8.7% difference. Math gender proficiency levels. The highest difference between male and female math content scores was 2016 with a 6% difference. The lowest difference between male and female math content scores was 2018 with a 1.66% difference. If we look in the domain or the subgroup of special education within ELA for proficiency levels, 2016 proficient and distinguished learner percentage for ELA for special education was 28%. In 2017, the proficient and distinguished learner percentage for ELA for special education was 46%. But then in 2018, the proficient and distinguished learner percentage for ELA for special education went back down to 29.1%. If we're looking at math for special education, in 2016, proficient and distinguished learner percentage for math for special education was 40%. In 2017, proficient and distinguished learner percentage for math for special education was 56%. And in 2018, the proficient and distinguished learner percentage for ELA for math, that should say math, for special education was 35.3%. So as we're looking towards ways to move students forward, we want to look at the strategy why. And we're going to start with the question for special education, which is why did the students in the subgroup of special education perform well below students in other subgroups? And we will continue through with those questions of why, as we begin to look towards solutions to assist this subgroup. And we also want to look towards the male and female gender groups as we look at the domains, and we wanted to see maybe why did the male students perform higher in the math domains than the female, even though it was just slight, and why did the female students perform higher in the ELA domains? There was more of a significant difference there, and we would continue that questioning through as we look to guide these groups towards higher proficiency. There were several data sources or references that were accessed in order to put this presentation together, and here are the list of the data sources that were referenced for this presentation. Thank you.